Good morning. We return. And, well, what do we return to? Jesus. My God. We did a lot last night. I have a hell of a lot of notifications here. Let's roll through them. First of all, hostile fleet. That's probably the dragon. Okay, so every time I click, basically, it will roll through each hostile fleet. I'm going to right-click that. We know that we're in danger. This transport fleet, these guys are probably screwed. Oh, they're not screwed. They can actually emergency FTL. So let's do this. I'll talk to you guys about this. I've shown you it a couple of times. Initiate an emergency jump, causing the fleet to disengage from combat and leave the system, ending up missing in action. Due to it being an uncalibrated jump, all ships will take damage. Some may be destroyed and some may be lost. It's pretty dangerous, but hopefully our general gets out. We don't know whether that will happen. There you go. You can see they've just left and they've appeared up here. We get a bit of information. We did lose one ship. We only had 4. So that's a 25% chance that the general died. I think. Maybe the general has a second value. When you really look behind the scenes in this game, you realize a lot of them do. The admiral leveled up before escaping. So looking at the stats down here, you can see we were 101% efficient. You can see the weapons we were firing and what they were doing. It's weird. Why does it say 101%? I mean, I guess our energy siphons were 128% efficient. The other ones lost a bit. The small X-ray lasers weren't too good. You can see the damage we did to the hull, the armor, the shields. You can see the same for them. That, for example, they've got coil guns and mass drivers and auto cannons. We're not using any of those. You can see some of the other stats here. Our hit ratio was 74. Theirs was 75. When we learn a little bit more about ship combat, and when I say we, I mean me, really. There's a lot I've got to learn. We can go further. So what else was there? The ogres closed their borders to me and might attack. They might press an advantage. I'll be pretty sad if they do. I mean, they've got a long way to travel. Do I have a long way to travel? I mean, I have a shipyard down here. I could create a navy there on the other side of the wormhole, but I would have to take them through. The enigmatic cache is visiting us down here. That was fine. Okay, so system surveyed. Fleet's missing. There is still this Ascension perk, and I do want to say there's this one here, Galactic Force Protection, which bumps your fleet command limit, so a single fleet can have over 20 more ships. An admiral can control 20 more ships, basically. And because fundamentally, the fleet command limit really is about admirals, because you could just have lots of separate fleets fighting next to one another, and there you go, you've got your doom stack back. And again, doom stack being a term for having all your ships in one place instead of patrolling around and splitting up. And then the naval capacity itself goes up by plus 80, so we only have 122. A whole 80 on top of all of that, that's pretty big. We could do that. I think I'll leave it, though. I think we can win this war without that. So we'll leave it. Physics. Physics, we finished some physics research in the middle of that. The moat harvesting traps. Okay, so we can start developing our own volatile moats here in systems where we found it, which is good. There are proton launchers, ion disruptors. I probably want to start going for some of these military things, and I probably want to get cheaper ones if possible. So auxiliary fire control, that's a new computer, I guess. By installing an auxiliary fire control system, our ships can afford to make more advanced calculations, increasing their accuracy. So accuracy gets improved. You can see here, you put this on, and our chance to hit goes up by plus 5. Or we could just get shields. Shields are a little bit more expensive, but basic shields is probably a good idea. Since if we look at our stuff, like the pirate patrol is obviously still going. I mean, these guys are probably outmoded now. Well, they're not really that outmoded, but if you have a look, we just have small deflectors on. Full-on shields would be better, I think. So, costs a bit more power, but still. What else is this? Up here, we are slowly running out of exotic gases because of our new research stations, but that's fine. We don't have to worry about that too much. Now, what have we got over here? This was our sort of backup plan. These are our defense stations that probably want to be upgraded. This guy does. So the newest form of these are filled with X-ray lasers. Regenerative hull tissue has been applied to them. And cold fusion reactors. So those are all the cool techs that we had recently. The main game now, though, is we've got to build new ships. So what I think I will do is remember the Breas system over here? What I'll do is they've got a hyperlane registrar, right? So people can move in and out of the system a bit quicker. It's currently all anchorages, but what I'll do is I'll put a shipyard here and then another shipyard. And I'll use this shipyard. I will build 4 of them. I will use these to swarm up a navy, and then they'll go through the hyperline nice and quick out to Azela. And they're going to come in from... Hoof is where they're going. They're going to come from here, Delta Pavonis. And then we sail over here. And we're back out in the branded territory in their horrendous, nasty-looking stack of transport fleets. I cannot wait for this AI update, really. Their dev post about it was so good. Anyway, once we've done that, that allows us to keep this as a defensive station. With all of its amazing mighty force. It's still not as good as the freaking enclaves over there, but still. And what I will do as well... Actually, let's not waste our time upgrading. Oh, no, that's fine. We'll have the shipyard working away. There's a colony ship for the next 2 months. Not sure I really like that. But we'll see what we can do. And we want to build some new stuff. We've got to prep our commerce for that. Namely, our alloys. So, let's get selling. You'll notice I'm still manually selling. Really, I don't want to use the internal market as much as I am, because the internal market will, you know, the fee is annoying. This is the galactic market. We still don't know where the Grawl are. We can figure all of that out soon. Are there any slaves? There are some slaves. Someone's been building robots. There are robotic slaves somewhere. I don't know who's selling them. But we could buy robots on the market. Valid destination is missing though. So we can't put them on our planet. So we haven't seen the tech for robots either. So I wonder if something's going on there. Something about the way I've set up my empire that we're not actually looking at them yet. Anyway, so
spaceport under fire.
Ooh, which spaceport? Which spaceport? Oh, that's probably the Dragon again. When I shut the game down and reload, the Dragon decides to go on a bit of a rampage again. Now he can just build those. That's the last little bit for us here.
We have detected hostiles.
We have a problem with the Choya, for sure. And what are these guys doing? They're at Glint's lair. And, oh my god, oh! Oh dear! Oh no! The end of the Galactic Scratch ambitions. I'm glad I never spent anything there. The Star Nation, formerly known as the Galactic Scratch Ambitions, has been destroyed by its enemies. How this will affect the political climate of the galaxy remains to be seen. The Skrit are dead. Now, I wonder... It looks like Jormag took a chunk of them, and it looks like the Elemental Thraldom took a chunk. The first shiny is where they came from. This is it here. This is Skritopolis. And it looks dead and wasted now. It looks like no one's there. It's devastated. No one's there. Like, literally no one's there. It's not a colony. So, I wonder. Wow. So it looks like it's going to be Jormag in a throwdown against the Elemental Thraldom next. And the Skrit are out. So another one bites the dust. Now, we were notified of that one because we were in communication with them. Those poor guys. Oh, God. Because we were in communication with them. The Sylvari's destruction at the hands of the Mordrum, we weren't in communication, so we didn't know. I'm kind of mad about this land grab, honestly. These guys are just automatically smart. All right, we're going to focus. Focus on the task on hand. So back over to the shipyard here, the one shipyard we have. We have alloys. Sorry, no, we never bought them yet. We were just generating funds so far, weren't we? So let's go back to the market. If you can stay out of a war and just churn up foundry worlds and alloys, you're going to be doing pretty good in the game, I think. I think I need to rejigger my planetary economies as well here. Like, the food's been fun, but what I really need is a world that will give me lots of alloys. I think because I'm not using robots, which could do, you know, the work in the mine. We could put robots in the mines and robots in the generators and robots on the fields. But we could have all of our actual humans in like high population places. You know, like Earth doesn't even have all of its buildings yet. I think because of all of that, we did just get a new building slot. Let's put an alloy foundry down there. We've been slower on alloys than some of these other empires probably have been. By the way, there's a bit of a push and pull in the game that I haven't really articulated properly to you guys. Minerals will become consumer goods or alloys. You kind of have to pick. You got to find a balance as to what your empire needs the most of at the time. Consumer goods are like food. People need them to be happy and continue living, right? So they're like an upkeep resource. And alloys are like, you know, an expenditure resource where you specifically spend them on specifically things. And you're in a balance of which one do you want to do. And you can really specialize your empire to go for consumer goods and just buy in your alloys, or you can go vice versa. I'm trying to do like a balance. And you remember trade value? That's why you can have like a militarized economy, which is what we've been doing, where you go for alloys, or you can have, you know, a more consumer goods oriented economy where you're going for these, or you can go for a mix. In fact, which one are we doing? I think we're militarized, aren't we? Which means that a portion of the trade value we've been getting this whole time should be going into alloys. Let's see. Economic. No, yeah, we are. We're militarized, right? So. Oh no, sorry, that's not just trade value. That's just in general. That's our economic policy. What with the trade value? Was there a way of doing that as well? Our trade policy? Oh no, that was turning trade into consumer goods or trade into unity. That one was a slightly different one. But yeah, you have that balance. Okay, you got that balance of, all right, are you trying to build alloys or consumer goods? And you'll notice that I've been kind of weak on both of them, and I think it's because I haven't. The only world that I've properly managed to specialize so far has been the agro world. Now this generator world, I just want more building slots. I just want more people. Because at the end of the day, we need the buildings to get the alloy foundries. The thing is, we did unlock a new version of an alloy foundry, didn't we? We did get a new technology for that. What does it cost for us to create those? I've never played with those because that's kind of a new thing. That came out of that archaeology, right? Did we actually research it, or are we still in the process of researching it? No, I think we got it, didn't we? We did get it. Maybe it's just applied to all of our alloy foundries, straight up. Doesn't look like it. It says it's a regular old alloy foundry. Maybe there's some extra resource I need to be able to build it, and I just haven't seen what that is yet. It's not grayed out on the list. You'd think it would be. So we'll see. Anyway, back over to here. Let's actually get some ships now. I've got 1,000 alloys. Now, what would be the most bang for our buck? Cruisers? A cruiser would cost 500 all on its own. Or we could spam up loads of corvettes. Let's do a cruiser. It's going to take 240 days to make. A destroyer is going to take half of that. That's it. We got 2 vessels. This is really kind of scary, to be honest. We should stop patrolling for pirates as well. And if problems come with that later, then fine. Now, our Federation fleet can probably get in position. I could have used that before, so let's move that down. This is obviously all Jotun space. If the Jotun come with us, it'll be very nice. Let's see.
Ship upgrades.
If we've taken
applied.
point and they're on their way. Oh, why are we going in such a weird direction? So, it looks like we've contributed a good amount here. So, basically, the Jotun are doing this with me. I'll give it an admiral. Ah, I don't have enough energy right now. Well, that's fine. Now, who... Okay, the Angchu declared the Crate their rival. That's fine. Not too unhappy with that. So, this is about 1,000 strength fleet. This is about half of what one of their stacks was doing.
Begun.
A little bit worrying. What did that just say? Something. Oh, a new planet. It was our own planet that just begun. Now, we could upgrade this, but it costs alloys. Not too many, so that's fine. Now, our fleet's just returned. Good. Okay, so these are the survivors from the previous conflict. Let's get them upgraded, repaired, and dealt with. Now, they're all here, so we have to build the cruiser first, and then the upgrades and the repairs can come in. If we had more shipyards, then we could do all of that faster.
Research concluded.
The plan is to get all of that going over here once these shipyards are done. Which will take some time, but hey. Okay, so we can unlock our own gas now, and we shouldn't go into debt on that once we get that moving. A new tier of star bases here. Civilian fabricators. What is this? With pre-programmed nanocircuits, many consumer products can be rapidly assembled. Oh, so look, this is a higher tier civilian industry. It will produce 30. And it's 5 jobs. So this is the advanced version of a research lab. Let's just get deep core mining for... No, this is really good. I should get this. It will cost us some rare resources, but if I do this, we can have less civilian industries and more alloy foundries.
Evasive maneuvers.
Okay, something bad is happening right now. Now let's head up here. This is with the advanced food processing. Let's do this. So ground defense planning. I haven't mentioned this, but the soldiers you put on your planet give you naval capacity as well. So you can either build anchorages, or you can do it from soldiers on planets. You can have like military kind of planets. Haven't really done much of that, but this would buff that, and basically we just get to re-roll. Now, evading hostile fleet. They've actually attacked, guys. They've actually attacked. Well, they're never going to survive. What I'm mostly scared about is these colonists. So this can happen when you're at war or when you're in first contact. Alien empires can specifically try to kill your... Why are you going to the starbase first? Just go, bro. Just go.
Evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. They're set to evasive right now, but I want them to just leave. So get out of there. Oh, what's this? A new civilization encountered. They will just murder your people and stop you getting to the planets. You can do all kinds of things. Intercepting construction ships, destroying what they have, but killing these. So you want to escort these with corvettes, you know. I think it's a thing that you have to play on the higher AI difficulties to really experience, and maybe some mods. I'd love to do some playthroughs where I show you guys that kind of stuff. Right, what is this? We have detected the presence of a pre-space age civilization in this system. Atmospheric contaminants and light pollution visible from orbit are consistent with a densely populated, machine-aged society. They appear to have mastered air travel and factories and mass-producing goods in their cities. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. Wow, 63 years in and we find our first primitive civilization. That has taken us ages. It's right on the edge of the ogre crawldom. I'm going to tell you now, the ogres will just devastate these poor people. So yes, this is a primitive civilization. Now, when we say primitive, we are meaning, you know, not as advanced as us in the year 2200s. But, you know, that doesn't mean they're stupid. I mean, they are in a machine age, okay? Now, if we watch these guys, we will see that eventually they learn and maybe even come to space. I think they need to hit the atomic age as well soon. But yeah, as you can see, they've got a few cities. The graphic for the number of cities they actually have is huge here. Usually on primitives, you see a lot less. Anyway, you can see that they have different kinds of building. They have regional capitals, regional capital buildings of various nation states inhabiting this primitive world. Primitive farms work in the soil for meager returns. A primitive factory, inefficient factory spewing pollution while producing goods. Primitive mining tunnels that snake through the ground. Primitive and somewhat unreliable power plants that relies on coal or early atomic power. And cramped and often polluted jungles of concrete in their urban dwellings. So that's what they have. And as far as what we consider a district to be, they don't have a single one, right? They're way too big and all that kind of stuff. And here, look, they even have special kinds of rulers. They have bureaucrats. Many early industrial and post-industrialist societies are governed by an ever-expanding class of civil servants. There are researchers, priests, religious leaders who occupy various priestly offices, soldiers, professional soldiers, typically armed with early projectile weapons powered by exothermic combustion, guns, basically. Laborers. These early industrial workers toil away in factories, which can now be operated day and night thanks to recent advances in electricity. So basically, we're talking about friggin', oh god, what's the phrase? Anyway, yeah, we're talking about sweatshops. That's what I was trying to think of. Miners, dangerous and sometimes lethal work in dark bowels of the planet. These technicians shuffle coal or maintain primitive nuclear generators, and these farmers work the land, typically with the help of primitive but effective farming equipment. They even have primitive armies, as you can see here. Industrial armies. And they got a lot of armies. It's kind of funny, since the recent updates, primitive worlds probably staff their defense armies, it feels like. Meanwhile, a lot of the worlds I've been finding, the AI has only built 2. Anyway, yeah, there you have it. And there's some crime there. It's a lot like Earth, really. Now, what do the people look like? They are these, the Chaskaran. They look like this. They're slow learners, they're weak, but they're charismatic and industrious. And if we owned this space, we could build the third type of station, observation post, and there's all kinds of fun stuff. It's looking like in this playthrough, though, I won't be able to do that because I'm not going to be able to claim this system. And we found no primitives up here. And I think that the Forgotten are going to grab this. I mean, that's fine. They can be a buffer state to the Mordemoth if we really want them to. So cool. And by the way, everything I just read you is for a primitive industrial society. You can find people in the Bronze Age. You can find people in all kinds of different ages doing different kinds of things. Now back to this. I don't think that they can win. if they go for the starbase, but they might ignore it because I haven't researched faster than light traps yet. All of that said, I can just kill them because I have double their fleet strength right now. So let's see what they do. Let's see where they go. They're going for the Enclave.
Engaging hostile forces.
The Fools. I think this is what happened early game. I think they tried to take these guys out. I think they want vengeance, and I don't think they're going to be able to. These guys are strong, and they're our allies. So we have the assistance of the Enclave. And look, we're just destroying their ships instantly. That's fantastic. All right, so good. We get to win this fight. We get to exhaust them in the war a little bit more. These guys weren't going to be able to upgrade anyway because we were building a colony ship. So we can destroy these. This branded Forgotten here, Admiral, has done pathetically. So good job, everybody. Go home. This has been such a good position for us. Such a good position. Now, by the way, we now know how to get the exotic gases off of the planets, but we have to go build to do it. So where were the exotic gases here? Christ, I have no idea. I can't see it. I can't see the icon. Ah, here it is. Here it is. It's on the gas giant. Exotic gases at a gas giant. That makes sense. We got to get a construction ship to go deal with that, though. All right, here. Look, they trickled in again. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! How have they done that already? I got to save the curators. Maybe the brand knows. Should I merge the pirate patrol in? No, because we got 3
Construction completed.
Maybe the brand knows that if they get rid of this, we lose a lot of tech. So here you can see what it kind of feels like with a big space station. It's losing its armor, and then they'll be hitting its hull directly, right? So you've got to be careful about that. This is such a crazy light show. I don't usually play lasers. I usually play like nukes and you know, mass rounds. Okay, so look, they went for an emergency escape there. Looks like they lost a ship in the process. Beautiful. All right, let's try and repair again. If they keep just throwing themselves like that, I can win this war just based on their stupidity, pretty much. Or their anger, or their mindlessness, whichever one you like. By the way, again, I never really... Now that I know how to show you the civics, check it out. These guys are a ravenous hive, and they are a devouring swarm. Meaning that they eat populations, and they just, you know, they're hungry always, and they destroy everything. But they can spam ships and be really strong. Look, they get 40% stronger armies. That's why we have to have so many armies to even compete with them. But if you look down here, they have 2 different other facets to their hive. They have the strength of legions, and they have divided attention. So they have higher administrative capacity as well. That's the Kraukatoric kind of thing. Divided attention is in, they can focus on lots of different things at once. They can take these different things in. I like that idea for the brand, because the whole, you know, split personality thing with Kraukatoric. Another Gruner data crystal has been unearthed, detailing a series of military orders, including the coordinates of another former Bowel colony. Well, this is, 3rd time's the charm, we say. This is becoming just a bit of a giant fetch quest, to be honest. Where is it? Is it in our space? I mean, every time there's a bit of tension, because we don't know if it's going to be in our space. Precursors the Bowel. Oof, it's just in our space. It's a Delta Pavonis. We got to get a scientist over there now, though. And that's a bit scary. But go on in. I think we'll be alright. They've even sent this transport fleet stack in. They might try and escape with them. I don't need that many over there. But if they're using this as bait to get my fleets away from the station... yeah, they might try and escape. They might be able to get away as well. Our guys are going to be a little bit slow, possibly. Let's speed the game up a bit here.
Completed.
If they are doing that, I might get blown up by another fleet that comes in. We'll see. I'm 25% exhausted. They're 21. Now, these transport fleets can't fight back, but they can stall for time with evasion until they get emergency disengagements available. So you can see one of them managed to disengage there. And we'll see what we've got. What do these guys do? They're fleeing?
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
They're actually pulling back. Maybe their combat computers have told them to do that. Maybe their admiral's telling them to do it. Okay, so more naval capacity from our soldiers on the ground. Not that we have many. What is this? Arcane deciphering. Various artifacts and technologies function by arcane means that cannot be understood or replicated, at least not by conventional science as it is known to us. Break down minor artifacts for random technology bonuses. Gain progress in a random tech, gain research points, or gain a temporary research speed bonus. Wow, instead of selling them? I mean, we've got lots. Let's do that. That seems pretty cool. It will only take 9 months to research. we've got lots. Now, we could have been selling our artifacts to pump up money to get alloys, and that is going to be a last resort if I need to do it in this war. But I kind of want to keep stockpiling them for the much more dangerous dragons later. I mean, Christ, look at this. Ever since this has happened, these guys are building. So, yeah, I'm a bit concerned about all of that. Now, the colony ship that went to Delta Pavonis probably cancelled its orders to actually colonize, yeah. So, oh, wow! We're about to colonize, with script, by the way. Script refugees that have just been wiped off the planet. We're about to colonize what could potentially be the former Bowel homeworld. Well, if it is, I hope that it doesn't mess with what our script are trying to do. Yeah, those poor script. They are refugees that escaped to my well, these guys kind of just went through a migration pact. By the way, yeah, some humans might have died here because humans might have emigrated over there. They're free to do so. I can't tell them otherwise. But so the script came here, escaping war essentially, right, and destruction. And then where they have come out at the shipyard, they've all moved to this space station to get on an arc ship, and then boom, they're under the threat of a different dragon. And now they're going to this place with this story. What a cool idea. I think that games like this, you can so easily, like, just write stories and fiction based on, like, the minor events that are happening. You know, any minor thing that could have occurred here could turn into a big story. Right, let's take these back. Now, the other thing is there's a lot of science we can do. Reverse engineering what's been happening here. So, what I'm going to do is, at this system, which we now have one shipyard, I'm going to spend the time on a single science ship. Then I'm going to build a destroyer and a corvette, I guess. All right. Now, where's our Federation fleet? Are you guys in position yet? They're still on their way. Our transport fleet arrived at the Celestial Sheep. Old Tengu lands. Damn, they're attacking the Jotun. And the Jotun haven't upgraded their starbase. You fools! Well, we're on our way. These guys need to get moving. Look, you've got huge amounts of fleets, guys. Look at this. You've got huge amounts of fleets. Let's go already. They're in your territory. Where's their next biggest starbase? This one has 500 defense. I'm going to station the Federation fleet. Wait, there are two fronts to this war now. Here at this starbase, and I'm going to hope that the Jotun come as well, because these guys are just going to rampage through. This is good because it's split Kraukatoric's attention. I don't know what he's still got stationed against there. We're not close enough, but I think we can push in a second. Anyway, so colonization is beginning there. Now, this construction ship, you've just built that. You can get the exotic gases and the research. That's good. You are already on your way there. I don't really want to keep claiming this space because alloys. But look, the ogres have jumped across. I should close my borders to the ogres. They close theirs to me. I'm closing my borders. This won't be good. It will affect our relations a little bit. They say so be it. We'll keep out for now. But I can't let them do this. If I was smarter, I would have seen them doing it. It takes so long for a construction ship to build. Look at what their outposts look like, by the way. Oh, if you hit tab, it will tab between the two most recent systems you were looking at. It's a cool mechanic that kind of means you don't have to sit on the galaxy map all the time, but I'm not very good at using it. But yeah, that's one of their little outposts. They've built that. They're saying that this is their space now, which is annoying. I mean, in another way, it's kind of alright, because well, yeah, it's annoying. I don't know. Actually, hold on. Me closing my borders to them, they hadn't closed to me. So I've now, like, locked off. I don't know, actually. They viewed me with suspicion and mistrust. I closed my borders and worsened our thing by 20. We got a lot of border friction. We're going to be at war with these guys soon. Their fleet is equivalent right now, and my fleet's just been decimated, so we're okay. I think we can deal with the ogres. If they're really going to be so stupid, I could deal with them. Same with the Troyer has at least been smart enough to stay away. I don't think the ogres will attack. As long as I have a good fleet, they'll be scared too. So speaking of artifacts, I've got 81. Let's sell some. Okay. And use that money to buy some alloys. Just to get this guy to claim this, because this was the one with the system. This is where we wanted the Savari to be. I do not want that construction ship doing anything else. Which is, you know, kind of a civilian economy deal, but that's fine. Now, over here, Delta Pavonis, we have a science ship going to. And we got another one coming out of this system now. This starbase. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to staff this with a scientist and have him research all of this debris. You know, my idea of spamming shipyards up might have been really stupid because, to be honest with you, what funds have I got to really create a ton of stuff? I just don't have the alloys. We'll let this cruiser come in. We'll let this destroyer come in. We'll repair our fleets. Again, we'll try to. I don't think Krakatoa is going to do anything this time. We'll repair. By the way, I think when you upgrade, they repair at the same time. I don't know if I ever actually said that, but I'm pretty sure that is what's happening. Now, this construction ship was over here. I think his job is done. Unless we have him slowly go get the exotic gases and stuff. Which, fine. You can keep working. You can do that. Now, this science ship. You are now out of a job. And you can't get home either because you're blocked off by the ogres who closed their borders in kind. So we'll swap you back. Now, the transport fleets. Remember we were building armies? Let's get them over. We have 5. They have no general. Nova Earth, are you still building? They are still building, so we'll leave that for now. We're going to call this the Nova Earth Core, and we are going to spend some money on, what do we want? A Glory Seeker, which has more morale and more damage, or a Butcher that doesn't have the morale, but will do a lot of collateral damage. I think we'll do the collateral damage. Alright, fine. I've made the choice. And then once they're built up, they can follow in and we'll get hoof and everything else that we want there. I really would like to eliminate this threat right here, right now, but you never know. We'll upgrade you as well. Okay, let's get the stuff moving again. Another 2,000 food.
A new world of opportunities awaits.
Another 1,000 minerals.
A new world has been colonized.
Get some more alloys going as well. It's the foundries that I need. I'm well aware of it. But the thing is, we just don't have the planets to specialize that way right now. And we don't have the population on them, really. That's the thing. We don't have the population to get the buildings. Like, when I look at any of these, it's like, I've got a consumer goods issue, so I need these. I mean, we could swap this stronghold for an alloy foundry. Fine. And maybe some of the monuments. Alright, okay, I'm beginning to believe I should swap the monuments. Screw the Unity. We can do all of these in parallel. This is all you can eat. Do we want alloys over here?
Research concluded.
I'll leave that nice and specialized, because why not? We can upgrade this building to become one of the really, really strong consumer good ones. We can actually, now that we've done that, now that we've got the civilian fabricators, look at that. Basically, we're making jewels and things now. Now that we've got that, we can take a lot more of our civilian industries and replace them with alloy foundries. So we will actually fix this super quick, I think. Well, we can go even further. We can just do it again. We can go to T3. Let's not for a second. Let's pick up mining station output. And what did the mushroom just research? I feel so bad. I've forgotten what his species is called. He's a wool hub. He just researched shields. That's good, because we're in the middle of upgrading. Hyperdrive 3, we can move... alright, here we go. Planetary faster than light inhibitors. Let's talk about this. Gravity well projectors can be used to create localized pockets of space where the safe entry into hyperspace is impossible. The immense power requirements and the size of the projectors prohibits their use on anything smaller than a starbase. So, once we research this, all of our starbases will upgrade to have this new component on it, this C slot. The faster than light inhibitor. And what it means is you cannot get out of the system except in the way you came. Now, that thing with accepting the way you came kind of sucks. It's just sort of to allow fleets to escape without having to be disbanded. It's kind of like a weird mechanical thing that they had to do with the game. But basically, it means if they come in here, they are forced to destroy my starbase. Not necessarily the Enclave, but they will have to destroy my starbase if they want to get deeper into my territory. It means I can actually lock down this choke point. And to be honest, that's quite an early game tech. It's only going to take us 5 months to research. The Angchu. Oh, what is this? The Angchu has ended their rivalry with the United Legions of the Kana. When did we learn about these guys? It must have happened when I wasn't looking. Guys, it's the Char. I probably should have lowered this a little bit. We are listening, but we determine for ourselves what is truth and falsehood, right and wrong. We are right, and what you are remains to be seen. Fanatically militarist, materialist, hegemonic imperialists, a martial empire of a warrior culture. This government is a militaristic form of hereditary autocracy where the state exists largely to support the military. Martial ability is valued and all citizens are regularly drilled in the matter of war. It is the Char, guys. They are at the claw of the Khanur. Now, their ruler, when we started, was a new Khanur. We now have Imperator Burnt for 3. But yeah, basically, this is the idea of a Char, the United Legions of the Khanur. They found their Khanur, they conquered their planet, they rose to space, and now here they are. And we can see what they're doing. They're doing pretty well, I think. Let's see, they are at war with the Quaggan, a war of rivalry. They're also at war with the Gruul. We keep hearing about the Gruul. We don't know where they are, but look, the Gruul. So the market leaders in this galaxy, the Gruul, are fighting the Char. That's actually kind of brilliant. I don't know how well their war's going. I guess the Gruul must be here then. Which leaves the question, does that mean all of this space down here is Elder Dragon space? I don't think we have to worry too much. Look at this. The Norn, the Char, the Asura, and the Sylvari all spawned really close to each other. It was like the northern rim of the galaxy. It was like all these big players. The Tengu territory here. And we're in kind of like an ancient rim of the galaxy here as well. Ogres, very long-lived. The Masats, the Forgotten. Where were the Seers again? The Seers are here. The Seers are not doing very well. But this is like an ancient quarter. This could just be all... So there are 2 more Elder Dragons for us to find. Unless maybe one of them was destroyed. And also, does this mean nobody lives here? We would have found out if people lived here. This might be blocked off for some reason. There might be more great ancient creatures like that Void Dweller that we'd heard about. So this is like a good space grab. If we can find out who connects to this wormhole, we could get a lot of stuff from that. Anyway, back to the war. Where they are now more exhausted than us and our Federation. Our Federation fleet has got a little bit weaker. I still don't have a general for that. Let me assign this transport fleet that managed to escape before. And they escaped into Jotun territory. Let me assign it here. Yeah, look. They've left some transports with me. That's cool. They've done that. So we'll keep that safe. Oh, and I will pincer them. 2k fleet is going to be tricky for us to get through, but I will pincer in on them. If I can. Right. So we're out of money again. We're out of alloys again. Should we attack? As soon as these upgrades are done? I think we might. So we're building this destroyer, and then the upgrades will come through. Oh, look at this. The Crate have entered a defensive pack with the Seers. I mean, they're both nothing societies, really. The Choya are no longer valid to rival for us. I think that means that they're super pathetic. And we can't get influence off of rivaling someone who's super pathetic. We are pushing our limits in terms of our money right now. We're not losing money, but the books are exactly balanced. We don't really have much money. I mean, we can get it from sales and trades, but... oh, our treaty with the Glint Starholds ended because we lack the food to maintain it. Hold on, I was giving them loads of money, loads of food this whole time. Do they even like me much? Wait, why am I a rival to them? I rivaled them while giving them food? Oh, it's because they're rivaling our Federation. You fools. Oh, that's so annoying. They should have done better. They're the Dragon Defense Force. Right, what have you got, Kralkatoric? What do you got for me? 2k? Plus another 2k?
The special project has concluded.
Oh, here we go. Our researchers were excited to discover the location of the third Bowel colony corresponds to a planet still possessing an atmosphere and life. While Delta Pavonis Prime does not seem particularly lush or remarkably resource-laden, our scientists are eager to begin a targeted excavation to search for any remnants of the Baul or the Grunner. Okay. Well, I mean, we're living here. By the way, there is hostile fauna on this planet. The world has evolved extremely hostile fauna, and the surface is rife with lethal predators waiting to ambush their next meal. Their biology offers great research opportunities, however. So, look, the Skrit aren't even going to be very happy here. They're going to be getting preyed on by giant plants. But, you know, the society research, that's all right. Let's excavate the site. And there's exotic gases right next to them. I like the idea that the Baul lived there, were super peaceful, and then ultimately got destroyed. And now we're in a situation where they are massing armies for real, navies. And now, many years later, the plants that live there are the very, you know, very dangerous kind. Right, we all upgraded? No, we're upgrading 40%.
Construction completed.
And we'll see what we tick up to there. Really, if I got both my fleets to 2k, we could compete again. Especially if I can get if I can sneak the Federation fleet down into the brand. That'd be very good. We're exactly tied at the moment, 30% to 30%. The second enlightened. There's a second Federation fleet that they're building? Or is it just tanking down for some reason? Oh no, it's not tanking down. It's just in position. It's ready to go. We are only one jump away. Now, what's their starbase like here? Let's enter the system and let's destroy the starbase with this fleet. Bait Kralkatoric back a little bit because he has 2 jumps to move. And in the meantime, I'm going to jump. Oh god, the dragon there scared me. I thought they'd snuck in. And in the meantime, I'm going to jump through. So this should be timed to land just as our upgrades finish. Ooh, I say that. But with only one shipyard, it's going to take ages. Each individual ship needs it. Oh, come on, guys. This is ridiculous. All right, so we can pick our new tree now. I'm thinking supremacy is the really important one. It's 2 extra star bases. Armies do more damage, but later on we can get like naval stuff, ship fire rate, as you can see here, overwhelming force. That stuff's pretty good. The future of this galaxy belongs to those who are strong enough to seize it. Let's do it. And yeah, I know we have that game. Someone's proposing a research agreement. The Asura are. Well, of course you guys are. I'm happy to do that with you guys. No worries. Yeah, I should have staged this at the place with all the shipyards.
Research concluded.
We haven't even used the defense yet. Really. Right, so there's the fast and light inhibitor. Very good. I don't think they'll even try to come in now. So we can speed up our colony development even more. I'll do that because that's not so long. And then later, that was another really good tech I saw a second ago. To do with war. 78%. I guess we'll just finish this one fleet. The Democracy Bringer fleet. And look, it is ticking up. We're up to 1.8 just because they've upgraded.
A new world has been colonized.
We get another new world. Don't even know what world that is at this point. This construction ship is not done. Someone's attacking. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! Wow, they got on that quick. They knew! Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta push this. While they're up there, I've got to kill these. 2,900. We just about have enough for their one fleet. How are they massing up so much industry? Let's go. 900 alloys. I guess I can just build another. Well, look, these guys are still upgrading somewhat. Someone's staying behind. These guys are staying behind. That small fleet is staying behind. Fine. Well, let's build up cruiser,
concluded.
Destroyer. Now, maybe those Federation ones, they cost less. They don't cost the strategic resource. Am I meant to be doing those specifically, I wonder? Right, lots of low-tier techs here. Let's get Destroyer build speed and cost down. That's important. So these guys are like the bait. These are like the Normandy landings here. Well, no, not even. I mean, we have kind of thrown them to the wolves in the hope that the Russians can come in now here. You guys ready?
An alien nation is hailing us.
Oh my god. Coda's balanced space. Finally, we meet the Codan. I've been saying Codan how many times when we've been dealing with the Jotun. these guys are the pursuers of balance. The collective code and led pursuers of balance seek to impose their ideals of natural equilibrium on the galaxy. They claim to work on behalf of their mysterious and unseen god Coda, but what that really means, however, is anyone's guess. They're spiritualist, egalitarian though, so in fact, I think they start fanatically egalitarian. They love their idea of balance and all things being equal, but that's fine. That's all good. And then we also met these guys, the Faux Rebellion. So these are mad and ghost Xenos, perhaps once noble or heroic. The populations of this empire seem struck by a collective malady of the mind, perpetually reimagining an ancient planetary conflict as though it was still occurring. Diplomacy is a near certain failure. This empire will mindlessly spread about and destroy all in its path. So there are not just the 6 Elder Dragons, but there are also the ghosts of Ascalon. And let's just find where they are. Okay, they're here. So, these are the Codan, sorry. They say, I'm impressed, my friends. Not many navigate the ways of balance like you do. Most succumb to its labyrinth of concealed truths. They love me! Mutual threats plus 490. This is what the, Hold on, though. Are you at war with anyone? You're at war with the ghosts. Now, that's a war of cleansing. So let me just be clear about this. The ghosts of Ascalon are kind of like... They're what's known as a genocidal empire. The Elder Dragons are genocidal empires, but what they are is they're devouring swarms. They're hive minds. The Faux Rebellion is also a genocidal empire. Okay, the Ghosts of Ascalon. It looks like they've not been doing that well, but maybe they've got some weird space. They've got a territory here, they've got a territory here. Maybe they are why the Seers have been struggling so much. I can't see their planets, though. What planets do they have? I guess we'll engage communication with them like so. Where are you? Here they are. So here, they say, we want nothing to do with your foul stuff. They're a blood court, you see? Slightly different. They're fanatic purifiers. They're a hereditary form of rabidly xenophobic autocracy, where the ultimate responsibility of the monarch is to oversee the extermination of all lesser species in the galaxy. So they have a king that believes that, you know, everyone that's in their borders or should be near them should die. And they're just killing people. You see, he's the High Executioner, King Adalburn. I don't know whether I mentioned this yet, but all of these are playable. All of the people we're meeting. You can play as any of them. Any, even the dragons. Right. So let's see. Do they get back in time? They got 2 jumps. We have 3.2k. If we can split their fleet, we probably can take them out. I'm so sorry that I got our Federation fleet killed. I really am.
Fleet lost.
A battered small civilian vessel of dredge fleeing from the entangling vines have arrived in our space. Oh god. You know, we think we're in a horrible situation. They're in a much worse one. After we supplied them with food and provided them with medical attention to their wounded, their refugees were allowed to settle on Earth. These ragged and frightened refugees are survivors of an onslaught carried out by the merciless Morgan mind.
We are being hailed.
We're being hailed. The Char want a research agreement. That's fine. Go for it. Anything to strengthen people against the Elder Dragons. So let's be quick about this.
Applied.
We take these guys out. They won't rebuild their spaceport for like a year, by the way, so we're pretty good. What do we get? Okay, we can reverse engineer minor artifacts. I want to see this now. So a heritage site is a stronger autochthon monument. This one's pretty good. Galactic administration, we get a new civic. The whole time, we've had 2 civics. Everyone we've met has had 2 civics. You can get a 3rd one now. Or we can clear some of these blockers. I think I'll go for the naval capacity for now. Let's see. What was I going to do? That technology we just got. Right, yeah. Celebrate diversity. Reverse engineer arcane technology. Have some artifacts broken down and examined to see what insights they yield for our own research. So this would cost us 5. I guess that makes sense. Find military applications. If we do this, we can't find peaceful applications for a time. Find peaceful applications. Let's find some military applications. Whoa. Combat drugs? Harmonic isolation, weak point analysis. Oh, wow, look at this. So we can help our armies. We can do more... let's do this. Your weapons are tuned to deal additional damage to shields. Or our weapons are tuned to deal with a weak point analysis, extra armor damage. Well, let's see. What are their vessels like? Let's have a look. Let's look at the Shard class. Branded Destroyer. So, hold on. They've got Crystal class, and they have Shard class. Let's see what the Crystal class things are. Are they big? They're destroyers. Yeah, they are. So, they have double the shields in the armor. Double. So let's do shield damage. Can we do that again as well, or do I have to wait? I can't do that again. But I can reverse engineer some technology. We got 350 engineering research. And I can't do it again for a while. Alright. Now, I'll sell some to private collectors again. Which we can use to buy alloys again. Since this is still looking a bit dicey to me. And with the alloys, we can start building at the shipyard over here. We can put an admiral in it later if we need. So, the Federation cruiser is going to do 49 damage. Remember when we were doing like 8 damage? This does 49 damage. It's got 11,000 armor. Our class does way more damage, but has less armor. Theirs costs loads of... mind you, do they have shields? 640 shields. We have more shields. I'm going to do our cruisers. I think our cruisers are better. And I can only build 2 of them. With all of that money. We'll run through all our artifacts right quick if we're not careful. Right, so we should win this. Question is, we got to watch this hyperlane. We got to watch these guys. Oh, they're going the wrong way. Look at that. They're off into that place.
Construction
I need
completed.
to defend the Oracle of the Mists with the Jotun. They're going to struggle. This is the Jotun and Human Alliance defending former Tengu territories.
Completed.
I mean, they're still Tengu territories, really. Looks like they're really focusing on my smaller fleet there, which is taking big damage. Come on, you guys can win. We've got this. What I want to do is cripple their economy in this war. If I can't take those planets, I want to cripple their economy. If I can't establish a new forward base... What is this? Ever feel like your life is all about the have-tos and never have want-tos, humans? Here at the Hyperlane Exterminator Mega Crew, we live for doing the things that you don't want to do, so you don't have to. Enter a commercial pack with us and maximize the meaningfulness of your existence. I don't understand these commercial packs. I thought that was only for Megacorps. Fine, you can... fine. I don't mind. Maybe they'll become one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to take their starbase. It's ours now, right? These are all ours. So, they have 2 planets, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to disband this. I can't disband their starbase. This is my starbase now, by the way. With all of its enigmatic stuff, we are in here. And I can do what I want with this for now, during the war. And you'll see that now there's this left icon, and it's showing my people. What else have they got here? Sweet FA. Okay, so what I'm going to do is head straight on in. Now, I guess I'll go up here, because we'll meet up with the Jotun if we go up here. I'm going to break everything they have in this next system, and then I'm going to break everything they have in the one after that. And then we'll come back, and we'll send our armies into the Dragonrot Domains and the Prophet's Fall. Choya declared the Jotun arrival. Kana declared the crate. There's lots of rivalries. Basically, what will be happening right about now, more refugees, the Dredge got here. What's happening right about now is everyone's filled up their space and they're pushed in and they're getting what's called border friction on their diplomacy. So they're beginning to become unhappy with each other. Ooh, okay, cool. We just destroyed a transport fleet. I thought that was us being ambushed there. So I could manually go through and break these like this, right? And we do it way quicker now. In early game at first contact, you can't do it that quick and people can come defend. But I could manually break them all, or I can just flip the starbase and then tell everyone that's working there to go home and decommission them. And I'm going to do it that way. Another new contact, the Summit slaving pens. So, it's the Stone Summit Dwarves. Now, these guys are a despotic empire. A relatively pure form of autocracy, with absolute ruler, governs the state with an iron-gripping appendage. They're slaving despots. They're slave societies that rely on military expansion to secure a steady supply of slaves for their mines and their farms. They prepare to attack the weak and the defenseless. These are the Stone Summit guys. So they're authoritarian, fanatically xenophobic. You could learn much from me, I'll say. And it looks like they have something very special in their space. They have an L gate. So do you remember that I told you about the gateways? They're like wormholes that connect everywhere. This is a weird gateway, and we don't know what it is. We've encountered another abandoned gateway, this time near the Zipok vortex. It appears to have been built entirely by microscopic nanites. Now, if you remember up here, one of our special materials, there's some we've never seen yet, like dark matter. There's another one down there, nanites. Unlike the previous structure, this gateway has been significantly altered since its initial construction. Its connection to the rest of the network has been severed. Instead, the only valid destination is an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that's been designated the L cluster by our astronomers. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked into some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some other way of aborting this process, the L cluster will remain beyond our reach. So it's another one of these black hole systems with destroyed planets near it. And now if we zoom out... Oh, we can't see it. Can we see it? Maybe it's like that over there in that corner. They were talking about that gateway leaving the galaxy. Well, that's amongst the Stone Summit, which is pretty goddamn far away. And they don't like us much. And that makes sense. I think we're finding the last few of the empires now, guys. We'll see how this goes on the next one. And the next big fight. See you there.